Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to draft the pattern for this beautiful shirt blouse. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothings Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: tape measure, pins, rulers and curves. Ideally, a pencil should be used to draft a pattern, but for tutorial purpose, I'll be using this marker pen, water erasable fabric pencil, my fabric of choice, I use 2 yards, pattern paper. I'll be working with the following measurements: bust circumference 39 inches, waist circumference 35 inches, hip circumference 43 inches, shoulder to waistline 18 inches, blouse length 26 inches, sleeve length 16 inches, the around arm measurement where the sleeve is supposed to end 10 inches. So I have here this pattern paper which I've already laid out on the table, and I've already drawn lines of 2 inches at the top and on the left hand side of the pattern paper. I will now go ahead and draw a rectangular box that will contain both the front and the back patterns, since both of them will be drafted within this rectangular box. To know the width of the rectangular box, I will look for the largest circumference between the bust, the waist and the hips measurements. And in this case, the largest circumference is the hip circumference measurement, which is 43 inches. Next, I will calculate the hip circumference divided by 2 plus 3 inches for ease, and this is 43 divided by 2 plus 3 inches for ease, and this is equal to 24.5 inches. This 24.5 inches is the width of the rectangular box. I will now measure and mark 24.5 inches like this. I will draw a vertical line downwards like this. As for the length of the rectangular box, the length will be the blouse length, which is 26 inches. I will measure and mark 26 inches like this from the upper starting line downwards. I will draw a horizontal line. I will divide the rectangular box into 2 equal halves vertically like this. This side will be the center back, while this other side will be the center front. I will measure and mark 1 inch downwards from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the back shoulder line. For the front shoulder line, I will measure and mark 1.5 inches downwards from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across. Next, I will calculate the armhole depth using the formula bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is 39 divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 8 inches. From the back shoulder line, I will measure and mark 8 inches downwards like this. The armhole depth from the upper side is 9 inches. So I will measure and mark 9 inches from the upper starting line at the center back and also at the center front. I will draw a horizontal line across. This line is the armhole line. The shoulder to waistline measurement is 18 inches. From the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 18 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This line is the waistline. For the back neckline, I will use a value of 3 inches by 1 inch. Using a French curve, I will draw the back neckline curve like this. For the front neckline, I will use a value of 3 inches by 3 inches. Using a French curve, I will draw the front neckline curve like this. Next, I will divide the shoulder to shoulder measurement by 2, and this is 16 inches divided by 2, and this is equal to 8 inches. On the back shoulder line, I will measure and mark 8 inches starting from the center back. On the front shoulder line, I will measure and mark 8 inches starting from the center front. I will connect these points together like this to give me the slanted shoulder lines for the front and the back patterns. On the armhole line, I will also measure and mark 8 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. The 8 inches is the shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. I will connect these points together with broken lines for the front and the back patterns. Next, I will calculate the bust circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4, and this is 39 plus 4 divided by 4, and this is equal to 10.75 inches. On the armhole line, I will go ahead to measure and mark 10.75 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. On the back pattern, I will locate and mark the middle point on the broken line. From the middle point, I will go in by half an inch. I will now connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. I will also connect these 2 lower points together like this using my French curve. On the front pattern, I will go up by 3 inches from the armhole line on the broken line. From the 3-inch point, I will go in by 3/4 of an inch. I will connect these 2 points together like this with my ruler. I will also connect these 2 lower points together with my French curve like this. Next, I will calculate the waist circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4. And this is 35 plus 4 divided by 4, and this is equal to 9.75 inches. On the waistline, I will measure and mark 9.75 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. Next, I will calculate the hip circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4. This is 43 plus 4 divided by 4, and this is equal to 11.75 inches. At the end of the pattern, which is also where my hip line is, I will measure and mark 11.75 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. I will now connect these points together to give me the side seams for both the back and the front patterns. I will go up by 1 inch from the hem at the side seams. I will come down by 1 inch from the hem at the center back. I will connect the points together like this using my ruler and my curve. So now I have successfully curved the hem of the back pattern. I will also repeat the same thing to curve the hem of the front pattern as well. I will now cut out the back and the front pattern pieces. Next, I will draft a shirt collar pattern. To do this, I will first of all measure the back and the front neckline curves. For the back neckline curve, it is 3 inches and a quarter. For the front neckline curve, it is 4 inches and 3/4. The sum of these two values is 8 inches. I will now go ahead and draft the shirt collar pattern. On this small pattern paper, I will draw certain margins about 2 inches away from the edges of the paper on the left and also at the lower part of the paper. For the width of the collar, I will measure and mark 4 inches on the vertical margin line. As for the length, it is 8 inches, which is the sum of the front and the back neckline curves. On the horizontal margin, I will measure and mark 8 inches like this. So I will complete a rectangle that is 4 inches wide and 8 inches long. The 4 inches is how wide the whole collar will be, both the collar stand and the collar fall. I will measure and mark 1.5 inches for the collar stand, like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. I will extend the collar stand line outwards like this. I will measure and mark 1 inch outwards for the button stand. I will draw a short vertical line like this. I will curve the upper part of the button stand like this using my French curve. The length of the collar is 8 inches, so I will divide 8 inches by 3 and this is equal to 2.7 inches. So I will measure and mark 2.7 inches like this. I will draw a vertical line. From this corner, I will go up by 1/4 of an inch. I will now connect these 2 points together like this with my ruler. I will extend the top edge of the collar by 1 inch. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. I will extend this top pointed edge 1 inch also. I will now connect this 1 inch extension to the top edge of the collar with a smooth curve like this. This tiny dart will be cut out of the collar pattern. This is the center back and it will be cut on fold on the fabric. I will now go ahead and cut out the collar pattern. This is the collar fall and this is the collar stand. I have gone ahead to cut out 2 front pattern pieces. This is because this shirt blouse has a hidden button placket at the center front, hence the need to have 2 front pattern pieces. This is the right front piece and this is the left front piece. I will now go ahead and create the hidden button placket on the pattern. So now that has been done, as you can see, the hidden button placket has been created on the right front piece because this is a female shirt. I have a detailed tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to make a hidden button placket. The link to the tutorial will be above and in the description box below. This is the back pattern. The back of this shirt blouse will have a yoke. You can skip this, but what it simply means is that the pleat at the center back of the blouse shirt will start from the back neckline. To know the position of the yoke on the back pattern, I will make use of the armhole depth value, which is 8 inches. So I will divide the armhole depth by 5 inches plus additional 1 inch, and this gave me a value of 2.6 inches. That is 8 inches divided by 5 plus 1 inch is equal to 2.6 inches. This is the back shoulder line. From the back shoulder line, I will measure and mark 2.6 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. I will locate and mark the middle point on this horizontal line. From this end, I will come down by 1/4 of an inch. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this, a tiny dot. This tiny dot will be removed from the pattern. I will cut out the yoke. There is a pleat at the center back of the main back piece. I have gone ahead to glue extra paper to the center back of the back piece. I will measure and mark 1.5 inches for the width of the pleat at the center back of the back piece. I will draw a vertical line downwards. I will cut it out. Next, I will draft the basic sleeve pattern. I will draw a starting margin at the top and on the left hand side of the paper, about 2 inches away from the edges of the paper. The sleeve length that I'm working with is 16 inches. So I'll go ahead to measure and mark 16 inches like this from the upper starting line downwards, and I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hem of the sleeve. Next, I will calculate the cap height value. Formula: bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1.5 inches, and this is 39 inches divided by 12 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 4.75 inches. From the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 4.75 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. Next, I will calculate the armhole value using the formula bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is 39 divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 8 inches. On the cap height line, I will measure and mark 8 inches like this. I will connect these 2 points together like this to give me a slanted line. I will divide this slanted line into 4 equal sections. From the first middle point, I will go up by half an inch. From the second middle point, I will come down by half an inch. I will now go ahead and connect these points together with my French curve like this, using the half-inch points as the guide. The around arm measurement is 10 inches. So I will divide the around arm measurement by 2, and this is 10 inches divided by 2, and this is equal to 5 inches. At the hem of the sleeve pattern, I will go ahead to measure and mark 5 inches. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this to give me the side seam of the basic sleeve pattern. I will cut out the basic sleeve pattern. Next, I will alter the basic sleeve pattern into an angled sleeve pattern. On this new pattern paper, I will draw a diagonal line that runs through the whole length of the paper at an angle of about 45 degrees. I will place the basic sleeve pattern on the new pattern paper like this, and I will pin it in place. Notice that the center of the basic sleeve aligns with the edge of the paper, and the cap outline at the side seam of the sleeve pattern exactly touches the diagonal line that I just drew on the pattern. I will trace out the top edge of the basic sleeve with my marker pen. I will now measure out the new length that I want for the angled sleeve pattern. And this is 22 inches. What this simply means is that I increase the length of the basic sleeve pattern by 6 inches. For this side of the angled sleeve, I will use a length of 11 inches. I will now connect these 2 points together with a ruler like this. We now have the angled sleeve pattern. I'll go ahead and cut it out. I will cut out 4 pieces of this sleeve on my fabric. This side of the sleeve will be open. So these are all the pattern pieces needed to make the blouse shirt design. Stay tuned for the next tutorial where I will cut and sew all these pattern pieces on my fabric. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.